Hello friends, welcome to PG department of LG University. This is a lecture series of subject Applied Mathematics for the first semester student in Computer Engineering branch. Here I Dharmin Patel presenting a video lecture on the topic correlation and coefficients. It is a very important topic to understand the analysis of data and to make some programming according to the data. Here we will use the correlation coefficient concept in the principal component analysis in the next lecture. Before that, here we will understand the coefficient. Before that, in this lecture, we will cover the correlation of coefficient concept of this statistical part. Correlation of coefficient gives the relation between two distributed data. Here, correlation of coefficients gives by some mathematical concept of this type. Here, a correlation coefficient is nothing but relation between or two or more distributed data, and if our relation is generally calculated between -1 and +1, if they are positive, relation answer is positive, then we can say that they are strictly positively related data. That means if we have a data of one particular item and on other side we have a data of another particular item, if we increase the uh, rate or increase the one particular data's values, simultaneously the other values are also increases. In this case we can say that these are the positively related. If one data's value is increasing but second one is decreasing, in this case we can say that that is negatively correlated. And if suppose there is value between them, relation value between them is very near to zero, in this case we can say that they are not related to each other. Here we can understand the concept by the examples. Suppose your vehicle demands is more, then the petrol prices are also increases. In this case we can say that the data is two data are positively correlated. If suppose there is so much stock of medicines or particular product, and if it is necessary to completely sell before the expiry dates, in this case the price will be decreases and stock will be increases. So that is the case of negatively related case. And suppose there is a no change between according to the given data, that is called the no relation between them. So that is the one type of correlation coefficient, and it can be understand by the different types of correlation: positive correlation, negative correlation, simple correlation, multi or partial correlation, and linear or non-linear correlations. Here we can understand the correlation by scatter diagram. Here this is a scatter diagram, and in the first figure there is a no too much relation between the given data, but in the second figure below the first figure it will be a very positively correlated, and in the third one the data is negatively correlated, and the fourth one data is not too much correlated, there is very near to zero, but it is not a very accurate method to find out the correlation, because scatter diagram just gives the idea about the relation between them, but that is not give how much the data is strictly correlated positively, negatively, or it's not depends on the graph paper. Here this figure gives the proper here this figure gives the proper idea of scatter diagram. In the first figure value of R, that means the correlation between two data is very high and it is very near to 1, so it is a positive correlation. In the second number figure, we can, our value is strictly positive negative, so it is negative correlation. In the third one, value is approximately 0.5, so it is a positive relation but not too much strongly. And in the fifth one figure, the relation is not mentioned, it is very near about the 0.27, so it is not too much correlated. And in the second last figure, data is very near to 0.06, that means very near to 0, so it is a also not too much correlated. So that type of just idea we can identify from the scatter diagram. But to calculate the accurate values, we have to understand the concept of correlation. First of all, when our value of correlation coefficient between is very nearer to R, so we can say that it's a perfect perfect or positive correlation. If R is very near to -1, so it is a perfect negative or inverse correlation. And R is exactly 0, though it is no linear correlation and there is no relation between them. So generally values are of R is lies between positive 0.9 plus or minus 0.9, 0.8. It shows the degree of relation between two variables is very high. And if R is very small, that means plus or minus 0.2 to plus or minus 0.1, so the degree of our correlation between two variables is very low. So that is the just idea about the correlation. But we have to identify the correlation between two variables by Karl-Pearson method, and this is a calculation of Karl-Pearson method. And in this case we get the first of all find out the mean of x bar and mean of y bar. Here mean of x bar is given, or either given or we have to calculate from the given data, and y bar is also calculated from given y data. And after that we will find the summation xi minus x bar into yi minus y bar, and under root of sigma xi minus x bar square into sigma yi minus y bar square. It is the second one is denominator is actually second moment, and upper limit is a covariance of these two formula. So this formula can be also written as covariance of xy, that is the two relation of x and y, and denominator is actually standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. Here correlation can be calculated like this: sigma x minus x bar into sigma y minus y bar upon n. X bar is a mean of x values, y bar is mean of y, sigma x is the standard deviation of x, and sigma y is the standard deviation of y. Here number of x and y are here this time. So this is the another formula to find out the correlation between them. And here we will see the one example. Here data is given, and person 1 2 3 4 there are 10 persons. We collect the data of cholesterol and BP. Here we first call it x values is cholesterol and blood pressure values is y. Here we write down the in the first column and second column cholesterol value and blood pressure values, and now we calculate the x into y to find the correlation between them. And sigma x square is calculated at the below the table, and sigma y square is also calculated at the below the table. So we can recalculate rearrange the table like x square, y square, x into y, that type. And now we will apply the Karl-Pearson formula. This is also Karl-Pearson formula. It is a simplification of above formula, and after putting the values we get the R value is 0.80, or that means the data is very strictly correlated. That means cholesterol is increasing at that time. The blood pressure should be required. That is the concept of our examples. Here we are taking the another example. Here we have again 10 types of elements or data. Here sales and expenses are given. So that is the data is given here, and in this data x values, y values are already given, but we are calculating the x minus x bar. So first of all find out the x bar and y bar. So that is already calculated at the below the table. X bar is 58 and y bar is 14, and after that we calculate x minus x bar, y minus y bar, x square, y square and xy. So here x can be written as x minus x bar and y can be written as y minus y bar, that is the moments of from the mean. And after that we are applying the Karl-Pearsall formula, and the relation between two data is 0.78, so it is a positively correlated data. And now we will see the one another example. Here the data is given, and now we are applying the table x, y, x square, y square and xy, and after that we have this type of formulas, and here relation between x and y is 1, so they are strongly correlated data. So that is the concept of correlation and coefficient. We will use in the principal component method in the next lecture. So now in the next lecture we will discuss about the moments and properties of variance. Also we discuss about the principal component analysis. Thank you very much.